This is He Knows the Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? The X. We keeping the foot on the what? The X. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts its pipes. You know when I go in beanie mode. 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 Now who we talking about? The super duper hype job variation. Let me say it again. The super duper hype job variation. We saw the weigh-in. And what we saw was fake bravado from an IE super duper hype job variation. What we saw from Lomachenko was, kid, lions don't supper with dogs. They eat them. Let me say it again. Kid, lions don't supper with dogs. They eat them. What you saw from Teofimo Lopez is what you see from these young Rudy Poo and Plum Plum brains. Classic Dolce and troglodytes, ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric generation. They don't get it. They're wet behind the ears. Vasiliy Lomachenko's been to this dance. He's been under the bright lights. He understands what the bright lights is all about. The weigh-in told you everything that you needed to know. The difference between a lion and a chihuahua barking behind a damn fence. Let me say it again. A lion and a chihuahua barking behind a damn fence. That's right. Teofimo Lopez is a chihuahua barking behind a damn fence. He's smoking fucking mirrors. When we look at Teofimo Lopez, this was the guy that famously said, "Dad, no more taller fighters. I think I'm going to quit boxing because of social media." He already showed us his mental fortitude. He already showed us his mental wherewithal. He already showed us his mental ingenuity. He already showed us his mental faculties. It ain't fucking there. And the blueprint is simple. He's a one-gear fighter, a rough shot or a rough shed gambler, a guy that's looking for the IE knockout. Do you not understand that Mr. High Tech does not figure that shit out? Did you not understand that Mr. High Tech is in shape? This is the best shape we've seen Vasiliy Lomachenko in a long fucking time. So he understands the task. He understands that he's going to have to be in full vernacular of high-tech effect. This means that the super duper hype job variation is getting out fucking angled. This means that the super duper hype job variation is getting out fainted. This means that the super duper hype job variation is getting a boxing fucking clinic. Vasiliy Lomachenko is going to install, enact, and therefore activate the lion versus the dog parable. Let me say it again. Vasiliy Lomachenko is going to install, enact, and therefore, what we would say, what we putting out there is activate the lion versus the dog's parable. Lions don't supper with dogs. They fucking eat them. We didn't see no scare from Vasiliy Lomachenko. All we saw him was like, boy, like Tupac told Nas, you and I know the truth, motherfucker. You and I know the truth. You know what's going to happen in the ring. See, when the bell goes ding, ding, there's no more of this. There's no more when I put on 8-inch gloves, I'm going to knock out your skull. Now it's put up or fucking shut up. This is what it's all about. It's about what you're doing in the ring. Teofimo Lopez Sr. can't talk for you no more. He forced your ass into this fight. Now you're about to learn something, Teofimo Lopez Sr. You basically made your son wrote a check that his ass can't fucking cash. He's fighting against a guy that has a 75 percentile success rate in pressurized situations under the bright lights. He lost to Salido, but that was an awkward fighter. And last time I checked in boxing, so that I can educate you motherfuckers, there's a lot of people out here that supposedly are boxing aficionados, but they're really casuals when it's all said and done. When you peel the layers of the fucking onions of what they gotta say, they straddle against the fence or they talk too sideways out of their asses and give you a similitude of them having boxing knowledge but lacking the fullness thereof. The bottom line is this. When we look at what Teofimo Lopez brings to the square circle, it's obvious. He's a one-gear fighter. He's coming for the knockout. And you see, this is what people need to understand. He already said, and he fucked up. He already put a pressure on himself that he can't handle because he's a fucking front runner. Oh, this fight ain't gonna go past 6 rounds. Really, dude? What happens when it goes past 6? Vasiliy Lomachenko's taking this shit to 12. And the reason why He Knows the Sport can see this is because Vasiliy Lomachenko wants to punish this motherfucker. He Knows the Sport stood on 10th round KO or TKO Loma's stoppage. And that may very well happen. But now I see what's going on with Vasiliy Lomachenko. He want to punish this motherfucker. He want to teach this motherfucker in every fucking round, you don't belong in the square circle with me. He's going to teach this kid the lion versus the dog's parable. He's going to teach this kid that you wrote a check that your ass can't cash. He's going to teach this kid that your dad put you into a fight that you weren't ready to handle. Remember, there's boxing prodigies out here. The Floyd Mayweathers of the world, the Andre Wards of the world, the Earl the True Spence of the world. And then there's guys that have to be built up slowly. That's the super duper hype job variation. His dad lied to him. See, this is what Hino Sport was talking about when he said father trainers that are always trying to be all up in the videos, trying to be P. Diddy and shit, trying to give you information, trying to tell you this, trying to tell you that. Listen, you have fake bravado, and we saw that in the weigh-in. We saw a guy who was constantly looking away. Yeah, I saw every fucking thing because Hino Sport looks at the totality from head to toe and then back from toe to head. Teofimo Lopez's body language in that weigh-in was fake fucking bravado. He doesn't believe the shit that he's saying. But Vasiliy Lomachenko, you done got his attention. And the only reason why Vasiliy Lomachenko is fighting your ass is because you have a fucking belt. Because, like Vasiliy Lomachenko said after the Richard Comey fight, Teofimo Lopez, I'm not impressed. He's a speed bump. I'm looking to collect all of the belts against Gervonta Tank Davis. Let me say it again. Vasiliy Lomachenko looked at your ass and he saw that you had no special effects up and fucking down. You were a smoke and mirrors fighter. You were a super duper hype job variation. And he said this: Teofimo Lopez is a speed bump. I'm not impressed. I'm looking to collect all of the belts against Gervonta Tank Davis because the only peer that belongs in the 135-pound division with the likes of Vasiliy Lomachenko is Gervonta Tank Davis, because he is the Mike Tyson meets Roy Jones Jr. sprinkled in with the pull counter extraordinary ability of Floyd Money Mayweather. That's the guy that's going to tank Loma because he has the ability, he has the wherewithal, and he has the skills to keep Loma on the back foot all night. And then he has the unreal and just unbelievable and unridiculous amount of power. Something that Teofimo Lopez doesn't have. We've seen Teofimo Lopez in arduous fights against the likes of Richard Comey. He was getting the shit boxed out of him in the first round. His schnauzer was getting fat as fuck. But Richard Comey fucked up in the second round and went and roughshod with the roughshod gambler. That's how he lost that fight. Vasiliy Lomachenko's not doing that. Because Vasiliy Lomachenko knows it's as simple as this. All I gotta do is get this shit past 6. See, this motherfucker put a pressure on himself that I already know mentally he's gonna lapse. This is the game plan on how you fuck up the super duper hype job variation. Just push this shit past 6. Once you push it past 6, it's a wrap. Like Burger King, it's a fucking wrap. Then you're gonna see the super duper hype job variation has mental fucking lapses, and then Loma's gonna play with him in the ring. This is what it's going to be. A lion playing with a fucking dog before he gets ready to eat him. And like Maya Angelou told you, when a person shows you who they are the first time, believe him. So once a super duper hype job, always a super duper hype job. Hino Sport doesn't believe the fake bravado that's coming out of the super duper hype job variation. Hino Sport believes that Vasiliy Lomachenko is going to box the shit out of Teofimo Lopez. He's going to give him a boxing lesson. He's going to give him a boxing clinic. He's going to no-mas his ass. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated, and that's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. This is Hino Sport. Checking out.